Last week, I went back. I hesitate to say I went home because I no longer live in my parents' house, where I spent almost 16 of my 22 years. But at the same time, my apartment in Pennsylvania doesn't feel like home. I've lived here for less than 2 months, don't have any close friends yet, and don't have plans to stay long term. So part of me was dreading going back to school for my college graduation. I was worried that it too would feel like a strange place, not home. But the larger part of me was looking forward to it. I was excited because I was reuniting with family. I was going to see friends who were graduating, so that meant they would understand how I felt. And yet, at the risk of sounding conceited, for a weekend meant to be about celebrating me and my accomplishments, I quite often found myself lonely. Some of it was by choice. I am an introvert, after all, and the crushing crowds often get overwhelming. I need me time to recharge. Some of it was necessary and transitional. I found myself alone walking to and from meetings, rehearsals, and locations, and those walks were welcome chances of reflection and peace. But by far the hardest and strangest instance of loneliness occurred just before my graduation ceremony began. I was standing in the gym with 400 some other students. It was too loud to hear myself think, and I couldn't take 2 steps without running into someone. Yet there I stood, by myself, painfully lonely in the chaos. It got me thinking about the differences between being lonely and being alone, which is something I've been struggling with a lot since my move. As an introvert and someone who gets uncomfortable in large crowds, I often choose to be alone. I purposely spend time by myself or with one other person, even if it's via video chat or phone call. I rarely seek out large social situations, but that's not to say I avoid them if they come up. But lately, I felt very lonely, even if I'm around others. I'm sure this is normal after moving to a new place. I don't know the people around me very well yet, so I'm not entirely comfortable being fully myself around them. But then I feel like I'm not making meaningful connections. And as I've gotten more comfortable, some of those walls have come down. I fully believe that more time will only make things easier. However, time doesn't solve the feelings of loneliness I have now. Feelings that are only stronger after quickly seeing and saying goodbye to family members and close friends. Because now I'm back in this new place, and they aren't. They're scattered around the country, and for now, I'll only have sporadic contact with them. But I don't want to go back. I've had such incredible experiences in the last 2 months, and I've learned so much about myself. I've learned that I can stand on my own 2 feet. I can not only survive, I can thrive. I can do this whole adult thing. So for now, I'll just keep moving forward, one step at a time.